Hi and welcome to the first in a series of 9 videos that I'm going to be filming, which will give you all the fundamental information that you require to tackle the World War II aspect of Unit 3, the source-based paper. We're going to start by looking at Britain going to war. You'll notice I've put an exclamation mark at the end of that. That's not because I advocate war, you understand, just because I'm trying to make this a little bit more exciting. Today I'm going to talk about 3 things. I'm going to talk about appeasement, preparation and evacuations. So, number 1, why was Britain preparing for war? A number of reasons. First of all, Hitler's intentions. A long time before Hitler came to power, he wrote a book called Mein Kampf, where he identified that he was intending to overturn the Treaty of Versailles and he was intending to build himself an empire. Once he came to power in 1933, this manifested itself in his foreign policy. So he starts invading neighbouring countries. Britain, at this stage, starts to follow a policy of appeasement, which basically means if you don't upset Hitler too much, he might stop. And all that happens is that Hitler continues to pursue this foreign policy. He continues to build up his army and he continues to invade neighbouring countries. So how does Britain actually prepare to go to war? They do a number of things which are all based on their fear of being bombed by Germany. So number 1, they set up barrage balloons, big balloons up in the sky attached by metal cables which should prevent planes flying over cities. They start building air raid shelters, they issue people with gas masks, they call upon the Home Guard, which is essentially men which are not of ordinary fighting age, to join up to a defence force that will stay in Britain in the event that they're invaded. They start making preparations for a blackout, which includes propaganda posters, instruction posters, which tell people what they should do in the event of an air raid, mainly that you don't turn your lights on. And finally, they start evacuating young people and vulnerable people out of large areas of commercial and industrial importance. So, evacuations. Essentially, vulnerable people are from centres of commerce and industry such as London, Manchester and Liverpool are evacuated out into the towns and the countries, into the countryside, sorry. And who are these people? So children, pregnant mothers and the blind, interestingly. It doesn't say anything about any other groups of vulnerable people, just these 3. But I'm sure other vulnerable people would have been evacuated out into the cities, into the towns, into the countryside. So evacuation, why was it done? It's done for the purposes of safety for those vulnerable people. It's to prevent panic in the event of air raids, and it's to free up other adult volunteers who are not looking after children in the towns and cities to do other jobs that will be important.